So I think we are live now. Hello everyone, how are you doing? We're gonna do this in English because Join is an international acceleration program, so everyone can participate from everywhere in the world. But after the live goes, we end it. You can put subtitles and get this in Portuguese. So I'm gonna say this in Portuguese too. No final da live, galera, vocês vão poder pegar a tradução aqui e ter a legenda em português. A gente só não consegue fazer isso ao vivo porque a tecnologia não chegou nesse ponto ainda. So today we're going to talk about our accelerator program, and here with me are our partners for this year, the Powell Group. So here we have Jay, the CEO of the Powell Group, and Kwan, their representative here in Brazil. So please welcome to the stage.
Thank you. It's not often I get to be on this side of the questions. This is nice.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Jay has a super successful podcast in his Discord channel that we can put here on the chat. And they do weekly podcasts and Jay interviews them. And that's kind of how I met Jay, like 2-3 years ago. I was interviewing their podcast and it's super good. They always bring in super nice content.
That's before you abandoned me in the Amazon, right?
I would never.
I want to hear that story.
It was a forest, not a river. But anyway, so Jay is here a little bit to talk. Like last year, our partners for the content was Exola. And as last year, like the content you guys received was worth like $5,000 per studio. And now here to provide this kind of content and a little bit more towards the indie group, we partnered this year with the Powell Group. They have a lot of experience working with indies. They run several programs that will let them introduce all kind of content they create. And also this year, this content normally is expensive for studios to get this, and you guys are getting it for free here participating in the acceleration program. So don't lose this opportunity to get the content from the Powell Group that's prepared especially for our program. So Jay, please, can you tell us a little bit about the Powell Group initiatives? How long have you been working with indies, and how much content have you guys created? Why is your content so amazing?
So unfortunately, I've been doing this for longer than some of our viewers have been alive. So I started 30 years ago, straight out of college. I didn't know the first thing about business. You know, I knew what made a good game, but I was not a business person. And I learned games business by doing it. And so the first company that I was at was an agency, and then we transitioned that into a publishing company. I left there after about 10 years and started my first company, which was what we would now call a production house. It didn't have a name back then, though. We worked with like Disney and Cartoon Network and National Geographic and all these places. And that lasted 3 years. Then at that point, I started the Powell Group. And the whole purpose of the Powell Group from the get-go was to help indie developers. I've done work on the AAA side. I've done work in mobile. I'm not passionate about either. I am very much from day one, in favor of helping the indie teams, because that's where I feel all the real innovation comes from. It's not from, EA, it's not from Activision. It's from all the indie teams around the world. So started a consulting firm, started out with just me. Now it is up to almost 20 people. And we do a wide variety of things, but most recently, for the last couple of years, it's been focusing on accelerators and universities and teaching the students and the young teams about the business part of the industry. And that's not something that the majority of the universities do. They come in and they teach design or coding or art, sometimes production, but not even a lot of that. But the business part is always a big question mark. And so what we've done with Indie Hero here is put together a collection of classes. And it's going to run everything from why you need to understand this all the way through this giant 10-page document that I've got over here on our side outlining everything in there. So it's going to run through the basics, how to keep your, studio alive, how to find a publisher, how to build a pitch deck. But it's also going to dive into a lot of things that a lot of developers don't think about, like how to go and do market research before, you decide to make the game that you want to make, or how do you build a community. And so that's the intent. It's, we want to bring this content to Brazil and get the teams there started and continue the growth that they've been having.
Great. Thank you very much, Jay, for the explanation. So this is the kind of content, and Kwan will explain later how the actual process, the workshops, and so on will work. So Jay, thank you again for being a partner with us and working with us. I met you 2-3 years ago, and I'm so happy we're expanding our partnership and bringing this kind of content to more people all over the world. So I'm super happy with the partnership.
I'll give you some more in-depth insight into why we're doing this. So Juliana had me down last year into Brasilia for the Innovation Summit and the finals for GameJamPlus. And starts out just, conference like every other conference. Here's the floor, here's your meetings, all of this sort of stuff. It culminated in the GameJamPlus finals. And I was honestly so moved and touched and impressed with all of that and everything that you all have done, that at the after party, I basically put my arm around Juliana and said, "Hey, what do you want? I'm in. I'll absolutely support this. Just tell me what you need." And this is where we are, 11 months later.
We are pretty insistent. We are Brazil, in Brazil, they have a saying, it was the government some time ago trying to do those propagandas, and they did, "We are Brazilians, we never give up," and it kind of became a slogan for Brazil. So we say we're Brazilians, we never give up.
I love it. So yes, but that's why I'm involved, because I think what you all are doing is really important, and if we can support that, we're going to do it.
Awesome. So Jay, be my guest if you want to continue, if you want to leave, be my guest. We're gonna call to our people here to the call so they can talk about their communities and how the program have benefit their communities, and then Kwan will explain how the program we operational run. So if you want to say anything
pop me backstage, and then I'm here if you have questions, and I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, that way you don't have to stare at me for an hour.
So Jay, thank you very much again. I will come to backstage, and I call to our people here to our live today. That's Márcio Filho and Michelle Weber. Please welcome you to the stage.
I can go backstage.
No, you stay there because you're gonna be the face of the thing. So hey, me.
Hey, hi guys.
Where is Márcio? Hey.
Hi people, how are you doing?
Awesome. So we invited 2 people here, leaders from their own association, the Rio de Janeiro and Rio Grande do Sul Association. They have participated actively in the joint program in the past. Several of their studios had participated on the program, and we invite them here to give some feedbacks, to give their opinion about the program, and also welcome you guys to the program. So who want to go first, me or Márcio? So me.
I don't know.
Go there, me.
First, so you. Please, me.
Okay. Well, hello. I'm Michelle Weber, representing AD Jogos, the Developers Association from the south of Brazil, and I'm a head of the Brazil Games Accelerator. I have 2 perspectives about the events in Brasilia. One as a company, because last year I represented Sorora Game Studio, and also as an association with other jogos. For game studios, I see is a second chance in the year because especially for the Brazilian game studios, since it happens after Gamescom Latam. The event brings together investors, publishers, and the older global companies, and it creates an opportunity to connect them to do business with buyers and also a new meeting for follow-ups. Buyers become more accessible at the event. This is very, 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 very good. And I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I think this year Adejogo is kind of organizing a delegation to go there, right?
Yes. The buyers become more accessible at the event because you're with them the whole time. As an association, this role is to represent the state, your state, through a portfolio that includes showcases about different companies, and this is a big opportunity for the local market. And so in the end, if you comes at the game studio or an association, it's really about being prepared and making the most of the connections you build here. And that's it.
Thank you, Mi. That was great. And as I said, the job is organizing a delegation for their studios to go together because they went last year and taught the event. And this event, why the acceleration program and the event are being talked in the same live, is because the joint acceleration programs ends in this event at business round meetings. So that's why it's important to participate in the acceleration program so you have access to the business rounds in the end. And that's why Michele and the studios from Rio Grande do Sul, they have participated in the past, and we're also doing their incubation program together with Sebrae. So they are all invited to a business meeting. So everyone that participates in the incubation or acceleration program together with Indie Hero can participate in the business rounds in the end. They are invited to participate. So now this year they're doing a delegation to go there because they thought the opportunity was good last year. As Michele described, is a smaller event than Gamescom Latam, way smaller. And because of that, the chance of connecting with a publisher and investor kind of gets bigger because you're closer to them for more time. So thank you, me, for your view on that. And now, Marcio, if you could.
Okay, so it's a pleasure to be with you all here. Thank you, Juliana, and all the team of the Indie Hero for inviting me. Good evening, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here with you all of you today. I want to start by recognizing something very important. What Indie Hero is doing is building here is not just an event; it's a movement. Join the journey of Indies 2026 is about creating pathways. It's about opening doors. It's about making sure that independent developers, often working alone with limited resources, can find support, visibility, and opportunity. And that is something we must value deeply because I've seen this journey from the inside. For more than 15 years, I've been working with games, creating, experimenting, failing, learning, building. I've developed dozens of games and gamified experiences. I've worked with education, with public institutions, with industry partners. I've helped building platforms like Kazé, focused on learning through games. And today, I have the honor of serving as president of the Association for Game Creators on Rio de Janeiro, working to strengthen our ecosystem and connect creators across the state. But none of this was built alone. Everything I've done, every project, every initiative only become possible because of collaboration, because of community, because of spaces where people could meet, share, and grow together. And that is exactly what Joins represents. This is why this event, this initiative matters so much. Because being an indie developer is not just about making games. It's about believing in something before anyone else does. It's about continuing even when things are uncertain. It's about turning ideas into reality with limited resources but unlimited creativity. And let me say this clearly. The indie community is not a small part of industry. It's the heart of it. It's where innovation happens. It's where new voices emerge. It's where the future is being shaped right now. And here in Brazil, we have something very special. We have talent, we have diversity, we have stories that the world has never seen before. But talent needs opportunity. And the opportunity does not happen by chance. It's built. It's built through initiatives like In the Hero. It's built through programs like Join. It's built through people who decide to create space for others to grow. So today, I want to make not just a speech, but an invitation to everyone here to collaborate more, to support each other, to share knowledge, to open doors whenever you can. Because we are not just building games, we are building an ecosystem. We are building future where games are recognized not only as entertainment, but as powerful tools for education, for culture, for innovation, and for economic development. And this is the future depends all of us. And Hero is doing its parts. All the game creator associations throughout Brazil is doing its parts. But the real strength is the movement comes from the community, from you. So take this moment seriously. Connect with people, show your work, ask for help, offer help. Because the person next to you today might be your next partner, your next collaborator, or the one who helps to take your project to the next level. We don't build an industry alone, we build it together. And today, here at Join 2026, we are proving that the future is
Kind words. So this is like the overview of two of our industry leaders and associations about the accelerator program and the join. And then one thing you guys need to know who can participate at the join program. So me and Marcio, thank you for your time here with us. If no one has a specific question for them, I will let them go, and then I will start talking about more bureaucracy about the program. I think we're good on questions, so thank you very much for being here with us. Awesome. So who can participate? Basically, if you have a demo of your game or you have already launched a game in the past, you can participate in the Joy program. It is free. We will select the people that participate. And then the selection process is not eliminatory. It's more to see if you have a demo or if you have launched a game. And if that's okay, you can participate. During the program, the pitch will be evaluated at several times. So you guys submitted a video pitch. This video pitch will receive an feedback, a written feedback that I will do myself. I will watch all your pitches and I write a feedback personally to you and your game. And then we have a score point at 25 points for this pitch. If you achieve 17 points or more, you will be able to participate on the business rounds at the end of the program. If you do not, you can read the feedback we gave you, redo the pitch, and send the pitch again. And you can do that as many times you need. Because in the end, we want everyone to participate in the business round. It's not eliminatory. Anything we're doing is not eliminatory. We have as many spots as there are studios willing to participate and take the course. And this is international. All the content will be in English. And why in English? I know just 5% of Brazil can do a meeting in English. I know. But the problem is the money is there. So all the publishers I'm bringing, 90% of them are international publishers. And the aim of the program is to get you guys to have money. So it is important. We also have you guys, in order to do a better pitch, Powell Group will provide YouTube videos about pitch deck. There's a lot of content of them that will teach you guys how to better your pitch. This is just like the first pitch you guys send and the first feedback on how to improve that. So the joint program, we have the content that Kwan will explain in a minute, and also this pitch review constantly going on, so you guys can really come to the business rounds and buy, whoa, I'm there. I will talk more about the publishers we already have confirmed for the business rounds on the end of the live, because I want you guys to stay here. So yes, I will hold on this information. If we still don't have a demo yet, when do you guys need the demo done? So we need a demo to exist before Innova Summit, because otherwise you don't have like a game to pitch to the publishers. So like a couple weeks to 3 weeks before is necessary. So as I was doing, the business rounds can be done online, and the whole program can be online. All the content online. So you guys don't need to invest any kind of money. Of course, if you go to Brasilia at the end of the program to the business rounds, we'll have at least 20 publishers there on site. And the event, as I said, is not really big. We probably have like 50 to 100 studios there. So imagine 20 publishers to like 100 studios. That's a good match. There's a lot of opportunity to speak with them. So if you can afford to go to Brasilia and participate on site, I would definitely encourage you to do this investment. We have last year several studios that closed some kind of deal, porting deal. We have a studio from Indonesia that came for the finals of GameJamPlus. They closed $50,000 with a publisher they met in the business rounds, and other success stories that happened last business rounds. So if you are able to come, I totally invite you to come. If not, everything can be done online. Okay. So I think that's my part of explaining the bureaucracy of the program. And now, finally, Kwan, that has been here as a co-host of myself the whole time, will kind of explain a little bit more of the content part. One last thing. You do not need to watch the content to participate on the business rounds, but you only get the certification of participation if you watch 75% of more of the content. So if you want a certificate in the end, you need to watch 75% of the content. If you just want to participate on the business round, you just need to achieve the 17 points on the pitch, and that's it. You don't need to watch the content. I highly advise you to watch the content, because this content is expensive and you guys are getting for free. And that's not every day that happens. But I also understand you guys have lives, and some of you that participating here at Indie Hero already are very mature studios and kind of know most of the content. Besides that, if you participated on the joint programs before, I think we are joint 5 right now. We had 4 programs before. 17. If you participated before and you got your 17 score in the last joint program, you automatically can apply to the business rounds and participate. So just get in contact through Instagram or to our Discord server with someone from our team saying, hey, I participated joint 3 or joint 2 or joint 1. That time was called P1, P2. We changed the name because people in the West were saying we're peeing, so that was not a good name. But anyway, you change the name. So if you participate in any of those and got the 17 points, you were already classified to the business rounds. And you just have to get in contact with your team, and you'll be added to the list. And we have the Meet to Match platform, and then it will go live about 1 month before the event. Okay, now I think I got everything I needed to say. So Kwan, finally, your time.
Okay, I'm fine waiting, and that's no problem at all. So, what do you actually need me to tell them about the program? How many phases? What's going to happen every week? That sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of like you don't need to get in so much detail which week by week, but like every week we're gonna have this many workshops on like Tuesday or Friday, and the content in general will be about this, like so more like a general thing, but also so people understand what kind of like hourly week they will have to dedicate to the program if they want to get that certificate.
Okay, so basically, the difference between some of the programs, the acceleration traditional programs, and this particular one is that we are doing more of a validation product type of program than actually an acceleration. I know if you do are familiar with the um, innovation slang, you are going to really understand what I'm saying. If you're not and you have questions, please tell us and I will explain about it. We'll talk about it. So, what this means objectively? This means that our program is going to focus on the business side, but focus on the business side in a way that you can or gives you tools to really strategize your own game and your own launch. So it's not about like how to get a good game, because a good game, we have a lot of people that can teach you what's a good game, and what's a good game as well is going to change through history. It's changing already through history, but it's about how you can like put your game and become a product that's commercial viable. So this is the focus of all the programs. So we are talking first about product, the, then monetization, then we are talking about market. It's not a line, learning line um, that's usually used, but it's a learning line that we believe that's going to make you fail less, because when we are talking about innovation and we say generally that you will fail, and that's not a problem that's going to happen. So you want to fail early, you want to fail less, you want to fail with more conscious, so you can take more advantage of the situation. Because if you learn from your failures, you're going to have a better product, you're going to have a better chance in the future. But this cannot be possible if, for example, you are going through 10 years of development and then you decide to sell your game. If you decide to sell your game after 10 years of development, you're going to enter like, well, I would go enter in an anxious, very anxious way, because why did I put so many resources during this past 10 years? So the idea is to put the resources in the right place, so you can validate that if this is a great opportunity or a great decision for you and your studio. So that's the spirit of the program. Does anybody has questions?
Great. So we will be like every week there will be new content being released from the Powell Group, and also every week we have collective mentoring. We will be bringing international mentors, and you come to those collective mentorings, present your game, and they will give like live feedback on it. And we're gonna bring people from game design. We're gonna bring people from publishers. We're gonna bring like a vast different kinds of people, so you can have different kind of like super great feedback on your game and what you're doing. So we will be doing that weekly. I don't know if once or two times a week. I have to check with production, but that's how the weekly basis thing kind of is gonna happen. So
On the
Lucas had
content
a yeah.
side, just a little thing. On the content side, we have the releasing content part that's going to be pre-recorded, so you can listen to it anytime you want. And then each instructor has Q&A hours and office hours, so you can really ask them and really like get your questions out and trying to understand different points of view or how that content is going to be applied to your studio. So in total, it's basically 4 hour between um, content, theoretical content, and exercises each week, and then you're going to have 2 hours of for questions and 4 hours of office hours as well. So that's the package for the week.
That's super cool. And that's all for free. Yes, you heard right. So Lucas had a question. I would like to know how the in-person portion of the program will work in Brasilia. So it's gonna be like this. On the first day, we're gonna have a demo day. So as I said, studios that get the 17 score on the pitch are allowed to participate on a business round. But studios that get 20 points or more, as I said, the total is 25. If you get 20 points or more, you'll be invited to pitch your game on the demo day. That means you're going to pitch in front of the publishers. But this opportunity is just for people that go there on site and also get the right score. So we're going to select at most 20 studios, 10 per day, for this opportunity that's gonna pitch before the investors, besides being on the match platform, participating on the business rounds. So this is the first day. We're gonna have the demo day at night and also welcome gathering for everyone. On the second day of the event, we start with the demo day, so the other 10 studios, and then we have the whole day of business rounds. And on the third day of the event, we're gonna have talks. So we're gonna have bringing international speakers that will discuss some themes that are relevant, like AI. We're also going to discuss the change of the mobile market. We're also going to discuss a lot about our Brazilian industry, because we're going to have all the associations there. So we're going to be discussing about those themes and also doing the business rounds. And on the third day of the event, we're gonna have the fourth day, we're gonna have the finals of GameJamPlus, and all of you be able to know the games of the year. The whole event's gonna happen inside our hub in Brasilia, the Brasilia Game Hub. We have a physical space there, 650 quadrat meters that you guys can use as you want, because you are accelerated from the join. You have access to the space. And the other part of the event is going to happen inside Innova Summit. That's our convention center, Ulysses Guimarães. Both places are super close. They're 5 minutes with an Uber from each other. So the space is going to happen kind of like this. If you have any kind of logistic question or anything, just leave on the chat or get in contact with our production, and we'll help you find a place to stay, get there. We'll help with anything you need. Next question from Kilimari. So what space for ultra casual games? That means for mobile casual users and not for Steam users. So mobile is still like 50% of our market. So we'll be bringing some panelists from mobile publishers. Mobile publishers don't buy many mobile games, special, ultra casual games, but you may find other opportunities to other places you can distribute your game. And we're probably going to have Google there too. And they will be talking with you guys, at least online, they're going to be there. I think they're also going to come on site. They're still confirming. But you'll be able to talk about, I don't know if you saw the announcements, but Google did a GDC. They are changing Google Play completely, adding features and transforming more like a Steam thing. So discoverability is going to change at Google Play. So we're going to talk about that. I think that's very important for anyone doing mobile. They just announced that at GDC this year. The mobile market is going to change very fast because Google investing kind of many billions on that. So let's for the next question. Can I watch the content retrospective? Yes, you can, but not the collective mentoring, because the person will be there. Like, you can watch, he's answering others people questions, but you will not be able to question. But the office hours that Kwan talked about, I think you can like arrange them. Like, how do they work?
Actually, we are going to public a calendar because the team is all around the world. So we need to set up the times better and trying to get everyone to participate. But you're going to have to adapt a little bit to the instructors' time zones. So yeah, that's what's going to
But
happen.
all the like normal content can be watched online, and the 75% content you have to watch is just the online content. So like the collective mentoring and everything on that doesn't count for your 75%. So like the only things there have like specific time, you cannot watch and still get the certificate. It's like all the content can be watched in retrospective. That's not a problem because it's recorded content, and you can get your things. And you can also watch the collective mentoring retrospectives. You just not be able to ask the questions. So will we have mentorship? What will be needed to be in the demo? Yes. I talk with Rafael Diaz. He's going to do one of the collective mentorings. He's the one that taught me the difference between prototype, demo, and vertical slice. So I think he'll be able to help you if you come to his collective mentoring, talking about the demo. Sardinha, what's the preview when you're gonna send it? So I'm the one responsible for doing the pitch reviews right now. And I was at GDC, and then I came back this week, and I'm dying. But I promise I'll take my weekend and do that, and probably is gonna receive your first feedback until the end of next week. I promise on that. You have my word. So internal GameJamPlus, Jay said something very cool. Yes, but you guys did not put the link. At least I cannot see it here. Just what Jay said with no link. So please fix that. So Camila, you guys have a provision when the notes are going to be released. Okay, so I already answered that. The first time the notes are going to be released is going to be the end of next week. I will do my best to get to you guys as soon as possible. I promise. Just one woman. There will be any cost to get entrance the conference or being part of our program. Everything is free. You just have the cost like of your own trip to Brasilia, and of course food, accommodation, and so on. But like the whole program is free. The event's free. The meet to match is free. The content is free. Like, you just have to subscribe and do your best. We are being sponsored by all these lovely people, GDF in Brasilia, the Institute Connected Realization, so Apex, the sponsor of this program, the Powell Group, and so on, and the Secretary of Science and Technology of Brasilia, and that's why we can do it for free, because they're paying. So nothing's free in life, someone's paying, but for you it's free.
This time around. For
Yes,
you, this time around, it's free.
yeah, this time around we can do. I would also like to know if there are any estimates of the grade will be really okay. It's gonna be released probably in the end of next week, the first for everyone that did the fill out. I'm gonna do my best this weekend just for you guys because I love you so much. I'm gonna get to
They're
you.
very excited about the notes.
They always are every year, but it's okay. I understand that they can only correct what they got not so good after getting their grade, so I understand. End of next week, promise. I even have my tab open here next to this live, so that's gonna be my program for the next 3 days. But it's a lot. I think we have like 45 pitches that I have to evaluate, so it takes some time. Okay, so any more questions about the program, or can I go to speak about the publishers? Okay, one thing that I would like you guys to understand is we're talking about publishers, investors we're bringing, and we do that because if we don't do that, you guys will not come. That's the reality of it. But also is the reality that's super hard to get a publisher. Jason De La Roca did a study that he asked many publishers from how many pitches they see, how many contracts they close. And for 1,000 pitches they see, they will close 1,16 pitch. That means your chance of closing a publisher if you are from the US is 0.016%. So that's very low. And we are Latinos, most of us, even though this is an international publisher. So the chance of you guys getting a publisher is low. So let's level those expectations. But in the program, we'll talk a lot about self-publishing, and we talk a lot about many different ways of getting some kind of revenue to our studio, so you don't die before and you can still pay like for food whilst you release your like really successful IP. So that's something we'll be talking a lot about, and I think that has a lot of worth. So when do you guys need the demo again? So the demo we're gonna need about 3 weeks before Innova Summit, so we can evaluate it's like playable enough that you guys have like kind of some product that you can actually pitch and have something to show on the program. Do the new pitch must be submitted until which date? Like after I give you all the feedbacks and notes, you can submit whenever you want. And as soon as you submit, I will try to get the feedback for the second time to you guys, okay? So if you submit fast, you get your feedback faster. The final date to probably 1 week before Innova Summit, that's the final submission that I will accept. So that's kind of it. So that's the final time. So I would not leave to the last week, because if you don't get the 17, you lose the business rounds and you have another chance. But as I said, if you submit fast, if you did not get the 17 and submit fast the pitch, again, I will give you the feedback fast, so you can submit again and again and again. But 1 week before Innova Summit, I will stop accepting pitches, because there is no more time for you guys to resubmit it, because I will receive investors here in Rio de Janeiro before going to Brasilia. So we're going to do a real trip with some of them. So still a chance, it's not zero. Yes, there's always a chance. When is Innova Summit? It's a super important question. So Innova Summit is gonna happen from the 12th, from the 11th to the 14th of May. So you guys can already get tickets, because You can all participate on the events, on the panels, on GameJamPlus finals, on all it's gonna happen, even if you guys are not able to participate in the business rounds because you didn't get the right grade. But I doubt that. Like, you can resubmit the pitch as many times. You just have like to do adjustments according to what we tell you. And like, we never had a situation when a studio really wanted to participate and it did not got the grade. That doesn't normally happen. So my English isn't very good. Would be a problem if I brought someone from my team to help? Of course not. The person that has the best English should be doing the pitch. So always choose the person that has the best English and speak better to do the pitch, and this person can submit the pitch. It doesn't even need to be someone of your studio. We had some situations at Joint 2 and 3 that people hire English teachers or brought the English teacher friend, and the friend did the pitch for them. They knew nothing about game industry, but they served as translator because they were friends. So like, you can bring your mother, your brother, your uncle, your like cousin, whoever speak English that you know, like your long distance friend you met playing Roblox somewhere, like just bring this person if you can speak English. You can, like, that's important. If you have 2 game launch, like when you do your meet to match page, you're gonna put all your games there. Like, we had some situations in the past, for example, that they come to pitch a specific game, but I told them to put everything there. A publisher found a game they did like in a game jam, like a super mini game. They were like, this game is nothing, and they got like a porting deal from the publisher to this platform that they use because the game was perfect for the platform, and the game did pretty well on the platform, and they got like money for a game from Game Jam or something like this. So yeah, just put all the games inside the Meet to Match platform. Bring all the games. You can, for the pitch, you guys gonna deliver. You're gonna deliver a pitch about your studio, focusing on a specific game that you guys are looking for budget at the moment. But you bring everything. You show past projects. You should show like it is about the company and not just the game in the end. So just bring everything. And that's not a problem. So, any more questions? Then I go to speak about publishing. I'm leaving Kwan here all this time, not because she's really beautiful. It's just because she's going to be the face of the acceleration program together with Milena and Zachary. So I just want everyone to recognize her face. If you have any questions about the content and so on, so this is the person you're going to go with.
So that's a little bit of a news for me. I didn't know I was going to be a face of anything.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, team, can you put my deck on the screen, please? Thank you. Yes, it's going to be in the written form because I learned that's the best way you guys evolve since I've been doing that for 5 years. So, what do you guys know about launching a game? So I'm going to do like some questions I would like for you guys to answer in the chat. How many of you have read the Steam documentation? I'm going to ask more. If you are launching a game that's a 3D game, your thumbnail on Steam should be 2D art or a 3D art? Who thinks each? Yeah. So if you are doing a mobile game and your tutorial, if your tutorial has movement and animation on it, does it improve the conversion or not? Does it make a difference? Yes. So Steam algorithm is responsible for like 80 to 90% of your sales, like on Steam, and Steam sales are responsible for 50 or minimal of 50% of the sales of almost any game. The documentation is kind of where they describe where the algorithms, and it changes every 6 months or something like this. So most of you are making a game and you never read the documentation. Most of you cannot answer the question. For example, if I do a 3D game, if I had asked this question 2 years ago, a 2D thumbnail in code colors would have a conversion of like 10 times more than a 3D art. Today, I don't know. The biggest difference between you guys launching a game and a publisher launching a game is because a publisher is launching a game every month, and you guys, unfortunately, are not. Because of that, they are updated to all Steam algorithm, and they know what's working on that time. Is the thumbnail with cold colors better or with warm colors? Is the thumbnail 2D or 3D art better? What kind of thumbnail is better for conversion rates? How should I do the SEO of my Steam page? And that's also for mobile. Like I was talking with the Google guy, and he was doing a canoe game. And if the canoe moved on the tutorial, he had like 5 times more conversion on the game, like just because the canoe moved. So those kind of questions is the kind of questions we should be asking ourselves when you're preparing to launch a game. And that's the kind of questions we're trying to answer with our acceleration program. And that's why I was talking about publishers are, of course, we're going after them, but also learning self-publishing can save your studio and keep you guys afloat. So our acceleration program, as I did, we're going to build a real pitch deck, clarity of proposal, audience, and business model, preparing to talk to investors. But much more than that, we're going to talk about how to stay afloat as small indies and how to do small streams of revenue, just so we can pay like the basic bills and keep going and not die. And we're going to have like everything in Brasilia for a week. So we're going to have the Innova Summit, as I said to you guys, from 11 to the 14th of May. But if you guys are already in Brasilia and want to present your game at Brasilia Game Festival, that is a B2C event for 80,000 people, 80, and 3 more zeros, so 8,000 people. That's going to happen inside the soccer stadium, Mané Garrincha. You all participants of the join have approval, direct approval to get a free booth inside the event. The event's going to be from the 15th to the 17th of May. So that means you guys would have to stay in Brasilia for 3 days more. Something to contemplate, because then you have the B2B and then you have the B2C, and you can expose your game for 80,000 people. Can be a good opportunity since you already invested in the plane ticket. If you want the free booth, just talk to the production team, reach us on Discord, Instagram, or wherever, and we will answer you and get you those booths. We don't have that many booths available anymore. I think between 5 and 10, that's our limit. So please, if you have interest in this opportunity, hurry. Otherwise, we will not have them anymore. To finalize, these are the publishers that are already confirmed, like on-site or online. So we have, again, Whisper Games. As I said, like last year, I stayed for 2.5 months in Asia. So one of my goals was to bring a lot from Asia to Innova Summit. So we have some Asian people here. So Termite Game is an Asian publisher that never came to Brazil. It's going to be the first time in Brazil here with us on site. So Nuvem is going to be there. Plugin Digital, June. We have Navi Games, Chajiho. I think they also never been in Brazil before. So Crazy Games going to be online. Mystic Forge going to be online. So we have people from Adesampa. We have people from Inapen. They have funding in Africa. We're going to have the people from the MDEC, that's the Creative Industry Ministry in Malaysia. They also have an event there. So we're gonna have this kind of exchange. Of course, Jay from Powell Group, he's counting from publishers. We have Jakin from the association. Jason de la Roca will be there with us. Some of your studios, the ones that perform the best in the acceleration program, we'll have 1 hour of free mentorship with Jason de la Roca that we'll provide through our program. Will be selected. We have 20 spots for that. So, and they are only for people that go on site. So Jason de la Roca was hired, and we're gonna give like 20 hours of mentorship, one for each studio for free. His hour of mentorship normally costs $250 to $300. So just for that, maybe do the trip. He's also the Scott from Griffin Games. They are one of the biggest VCs for game investments, and he'll be scouting for them. We're also gonna have like Amanda from Bonox. They are a game distributor platform for Latin. I think they have like 10 million users right now. We have Jacqueline from Brada. They work with incentives, so they if your game is at 20, yes, yes, SMS, these are the people that can help you get some funding for your game. So Alexis from Game Ops, they're one of the biggest Philippine companies. So she's gonna be here on site. They do kind of work for hire for services. They do like playtests and some other work for hires. They also have the biggest event in the Philippines called GDS, focus on service and outsourcing. So she's someone that can help anyone get to the big players for outsourcing. So we're gonna have like streamlined studios. Also for the service side, we're gonna have the Papaya games. 1312 from India. They are an India publisher that have got 3 games last year, and now they got a new fund that they are looking to invest in about 10 games more. So they're looking for that. Those are the ones that have confirmed from all this list that I write to you about. Just 2 of them are online. All of them are already on site, and we're buying the tickets right now. We are waiting confirmation of 30 plus more buyers that haven't yet confirmed. As we have confirmation, we're gonna be updating you guys. But this is a little bit of the guys that you're going to have contact with. We're going to have way more than that, just because it's too early on the event, and everybody was at GDC, so they just kind of needed some time to anyway to get back to me and fill out my form, because people just take forever to fill up forms. That's the reality of life. So that's it for the publishers we already have confirmed. I hope you guys like the selections we're doing. We're probably going to have at least 3 to 4 more from Asia, and we're going to have 30 more until we get to another summit. I don't know how many on site, but for sure some more. So, questions? Don't think so. So I hope I got you guys hyped to participate on this program we created with the love of our hearts. And I hope you like the program. And if you don't like the program, please let us know, and we try to do our best to adapt them. We have every year got the feedbacks that you guys gave us and try to implement them inside of the small budget we have for this program to make everything available for free for you guys. It's very hard. So I hope you do enjoy and participate. And thank you for being here in the live with us, and for your questions and for enthusiasms and for all the things you left in the chat. And I really hope to see all you guys in Brasilia with me. So thank you, Kwan, too, for staying all this time, showing your lovely face so everyone can know you.
I felt like standing, but it's okay. I'm very grateful to be here. I love working with Juliana and the Indie Hero initiative. So this is really my pleasure and really proud to be here. So thank you very much. And thank you all. You stayed until now and you asked questions, and I will be in touch or available. And Monday is our first day.
Okay, so see you guys later, hopefully in Brasilia, and have a nice end of the evening. So let's bora go.